Hey guys, back with another video following the CS theme. Today we'll be doing Counter-Strike Global Offensive's pistol tier list. Yes, I know, very exciting. And maybe something I'm a little bit more qualified to talk about. Only qualified because I'm approaching a ridiculous amount of hours in CS, in my opinion. Not true gamer, like thousands of hours, but I played a lot with Frederick and just also a lot in the past of CS. I've used all of these pistols for a certain amount of time, and I have certain opinions about certain ones. Frederick will probably not be happy about one of these, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the Dualies. I love the Dualies for a round one T side buy on most occasions. That being said, I've been playing a lot of Wingman recently, so I don't know how viable they are in competitive. I remember in the past in competitive they were they're pretty good too. I like to get them because in a gunfight, if you can you just spam your opponent's pistol round, and then if you can kind of like play a little more defensively and they run out of ammo, you can then rush them while they're reloading. That's assuming it's like a one-on-one situation, which you get a lot of in Wingman. And so because of that, I think it's definitely an A tier, not an S tier because it does have, obviously you can't like hit headshots all the time with it if you're playing that way, which is the way I've been playing it. But there are people who can just absolutely annihilate entire team's pistol round, just like nailing headshots left and right. So I do really like them, and I think they're definitely better. A lot of people think it's just a meme gun. I think that's a plus. If it's a meme gun, that's only a good thing in my book. It just makes it so much more fun to play. Um, but yeah, I really like them both in a kind of somewhat competitive way and also in a fun way. But they're not the best, so A tier. CZ, I remember pre-nerf when it used to be like basically having a pocket AK. That was the meme, I think. Um, it's a solid gun. It's just 24 bullets is just so like 24 rounds is just so little to do anything really meaningful aside from picking up an enemy weapon. In close quarters, I'd argue it maybe even maybe it's on par with the Berettas in terms of just suppressive ability. But if you have to reload, like you're kind of boned because the reload is, I think, possibly one of the longer ones, if not the longest for the pistols, um, which is very annoying because on top of that, you don't even have more than another another magazine. So yeah, I have a couple gripes with it, but I love the automatic fire, and once you get your opponent's weapon, it's not really a big deal, anyways. Like the pistol is almost never the main star of the show, with a few exceptions, which we'll get into. But that's why I put it in B tier. Desert Eagle, for $700 to have a decent amount of accuracy at range and to be a weapon that people will buy like after pistol round, I think is a very big indicator of higher tier. I'm just kind of trying to think about it between S or A tier right now because you do have to be really good at it. And Frederick really likes the Deagle, and Frederick, I hate to be that guy, but I mean, okay, look, we all have to improve. But we both have to improve our skills, and I'm absolutely garbage at the Deagle. You are better at the Deagle than I am, Fred. But to be honest, I think you could definitely improve. I mean that's obvious. Everyone can improve with everything, almost everyone. But you have to have a lot of practice with the Deagle to make it work. But if you have that, I think I'm going to do S tier. If you have that practice, it's just so worth it, and you can get rounds where like you get trades or stuff when opponents have super expensive buy rounds, and then that just completely ruins their economy, and you can jump back from it. There's a lot you can do with the Deagle. That being, I just no, I think I'll put it top of A tier because it lacks the rapid fire accuracy, which can be its downfall a lot of the time. It can lose to some of these other pistols just because it can't follow up accurately, quickly, right? If you're spamming each other, I have the feeling and the perception, and also a bit of the experience, but that could be just because I've been playing gold and silver ranks because I've just been getting back to the game, but it's mostly just a spam war. Or in a spam war, the Deagle tends to lose. All right, 5.7, absolute S tier. Basically, a Deagle with way better way better accuracy, and can one-shot headshot through helmets. That's massive. Like eco rounds with the 5.7, if you can, you can get follow-up shots, and if you get a lucky headshot by chance, great. You killed a guy with M4 and armor, or well, almost never M4 and armor, with AK and armor, and probably nades. So fantastic gun. I love using it. Just overall great. I don't think there will be a lot of disagreement here. But yeah, love the 5.7. Glock. I'm sorry. I have the Glock Warhawk skin, which I really love. But aside from that, I really don't like the Glock. Sometimes it feels like I'm using a Nerf gun, not even an airsoft gun. There's P2000 feels like an airsoft gun. Glock feels like a Nerf gun. To put that in, that's how much I dislike. Actually, you know what? Sorry, I'm doing it. I don't. If you love the Glock, I'm sorry. We're just gonna have to fat disagree here. The 3-round burst is kind of interesting, but only applicable if you're like right next to them, and it almost doesn't make sense to switch from semi to burst, because like they're already on top of you. That's more time you're wasting that they can get shots on you, just like a couple shots. But I don't know, man. I just I don't love the Glock. Again, probably like the 5.7, a bit of a no-brainer here. P2000 is pretty good. It's kind of like the USP, except with way more ammo, which is really nice, and one-shot headshots at range a bit, which is cool. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Glocks can't one-shot. Wait, no, they can. Yeah, without a helmet, they can. At close enough. Yeah. Wait. Oh god, I forgot. Okay, I don't know for sure. I think the Glock can't really do one-shot headshots close, but I could be wrong there. Anyways, P2000, pretty decent range, CT weapon, very good for CT. Frederick really likes this one. I mean, I can't blame him. It's pretty good. It's his starter. I'd say it's pretty middle of the road. I'd put it ahead of the CZ. It just has the rounds, and it's just a lot more usable. I mean, also the fact that you start with this for free doesn't. That's pretty. I don't know if I should consider that. All right. Well, I think it's pretty good at top of B. Next, P250. What a freaking Chad weapon. Oh my gosh, recently Fred and I, we've been playing Wingman, and we've had rounds where we've just been decimated. They were doing like full buys, like spending, all their money and then just annihilating us and getting rich. And then we buy P250s, rush them, and then they die. P250 capable of one-shot headshot like the 5.7 through armor, but it's $200 cheaper, and well, at closer range too, but which is why this is another $200. But honestly, really love the P250. I think it's an ultra underrated weapon, and definitely deserves to a little bit more use. Even like first rounds. Like I'll do the Dualies first round, but honestly, P250 could be a move too, just for that added damage. But yeah, I really like the P250. Got to stick it in S tier. The R8. I feel like if you're a god, it's kind of like a similar situation to the Deagle. It's nice that you have that 100% accuracy in single action mode, but it's just so hard. I don't play it enough. I remember playing it when it got released, and it was literally a pocket op. That was so freaking fun. I love that. But unfortunately, because it is a little challenging, I gotta drop it into B tier and a B tier. Tech 9, also freaking great. It does suffer from a bit of accuracy, which is why I'll put it at the back of S tier. But it's basically the terrorists' version of the 5.7. Great gun for get some headshots with it, do a lot of damage. I think its fire rate was nerfed 1 or 2 years ago or something like that. But even then, it's still, I think, pretty good overall. I like using it. I don't buy it as much anymore, but that's just because I mostly do the dualies and then focus on my main weapon. But yeah, definitely S tier weapon. USP, I think, is definitely A tier. I don't know if this is true. I don't think it's true, but I tried when I was starting CS. I experimented between the 2000 and the USP, I felt like I was getting better accuracy from the USP. I don't know why. I haven't checked data or anything, but I felt like it was easier to hit headshots like at some range. And I mean, the suppressor obviously is really nice because if you're ever in like a stealthy situation, like you're trying to clutch or whatever, pistol round or I don't know, it's a lot easier to because like if you kill someone, you don't get found immediately, which I think is really nice and kind of underrated in Counter Strike. The MP5, M4, A1, and then the USPS, I think would be interesting if they were used a little bit more for the stealth role than they are. That is just my perception though. But other than that, this is where I've kind of set them. As usual, I kind of clump them to the top because I really like most of these, and then there's the one outlier, the Glock, which I just think is absolute trash. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys want more I mean, even if you don't want more CS content, I think I'm gonna have to keep doing it because this is really fun, and I feel like I can actually talk about stuff a lot better because I have some more experience. Rather than fricking like the other videos where I haven't shot most of the bullets in the bullet tier list, or I haven't, or even know much about them, or the Tintin video where it's just a bunch of old memories, basically. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, leave a comment if you guys disagree. Like the video if you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one.